Alright, so this stream we'll be doing some custom campaign shenanigans that I've been working on. Alrighty, so let's load my planet. I'm calling it Basin. I don't know why. It's a little 9x9 area. And I spent a few days on it now. Here we go, and I'll bring up the factions. Land, that's it. So player starts down here. Little general overview of the map. My chat is gone again. Come back, chat. 10 viewers, bloody oath. So first faction is just basically like wooden rafts with simple weapons only. Aluson Fleet. My brother helped me come up with that one. So the first design is the Cherry. This is not the first one that I made, but this is the one you'll most likely see first. Just a little patrol boat thing with basically a hydrophone. If you all know what a hydrophone is, it's just passive sonar, basically. And then a little anti-sub turret there. It's for new players, in case you didn't notice. Right, so Elizon Fleet. Craft name is different colours. What I've come up with is the colour red for combat craft like cruisers and patrol ships. And for the submarine, it's a special thing, so that's blue. And then cargo or logistics is purple. Same with the fortresses there. This is certainly the most, I guess, polished of the 6 factions. Yeah. So we got the Elizon Fleet, which is basically covers this area here. Surrounds the player. Wooden rafts with simple weapons only. This is basically the starter faction that you're meant to blast to bits with your noob ships. Description of what they usually use is a central house looking thing with open bridges. So that's the superstructure. And mostly uses visual detection, carbureted engines with turbos, and big old thick broadsides full of armour, basically. Also, I found out applique is actually really, really useful for wood-only craft. And then we'll go to the light cruiser Maroon. I don't know why it's spelt maroon. I always thought it was like an A or something in there. But this one's like a light cruiser with the little anti-sub gun on there. I think I didn't give this one turret constraints, did I? No, I didn't. Oh, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. So these two would be like convoy escorts. That's why they have anti-sub guns. If you can really call them anti-sub guns, they just poke holes in your submarine with hydrophones, essentially passive sonar. And then you got the Crimson, which is a heavy cruiser for this faction at least. This one is 60 meters long. There's all the stats there. And yeah, it has a passive sonar, but it's not meant to be convoy escort, so it doesn't have any anti-sub. So this little thing I'm actually pretty proud of, because it's got this little mast thing on a piston that goes up when there's an end. So then the little periscope goes up, so it can see better. And it's an easy submarine. It's for new players, so it's just armed with 3 little 64-pounder simple cannons. It's not designed to be like stupidly overpowered. Cargo ships. I'm still on the fence about these two. I've got 2 candidates. I've got the Mauve, which is like this big old barge. There's a big old barge with a couple of anti-aircraft cannons. And then I have the Lilac, which is... It fits the faction a lot better, because this faction is meant to have cheap little ships. And I guess a little cargo craft like this would be more fitting in the lore than something like this. I'm still on the fence about this. The violet, this is going to be the general, like, resource craft. I think there's a resource zone like up here somewhere that's going to be there. There's going to be 2 resource zones per faction, with the exception of the, is it Hoko Empire? Oopsie daisy. The Hoko Empire, this is basically like modern day NATO. So Hoko Empire has 3 and player has 1 resource zone, and then you got the main HQ, where is it? The Indigo. I might rename this one actually. This is going to be the main HQ, hence the slightly heavier weaponry than this thing. As I said before, it's just meant to be for new players. This whole campaign is supposed to be for new players. Alizon Fleet is, well, the starter faction is wood. You're just meant to rip through these like nothing. So that one's the most complete. I have done a few ships for the Samarium Syndicate, which is basically metal, wood, a little bit of APS, and dumb missiles, except the battleship that I've made for this. Oh, and it has simple weapons as well. And the naming scheme for this is the craft are named after different metals / metallic alloys. And their style of building is inverted bows, wood poles holding up a metal structure, basically just a flat plate with poles under it. Pretty flat stern with a sharpish transition, I guess. Blocky back, I guess. Usually use visual and coincidence rangefinder with 1 radar per ship, with a few exceptions, of course. And apparently I have active sonars on this one. I need to put some on. Okay, I must have missed my own rules there. I thought I wasn't allowed to have active sonar at all there. But they're basically like terrorists that gained independence. So this one's the Sodium, little patrol craft. I still need to put some form of anti-submarine weaponry on this, and an active sonar as well. They use IR and dumb missiles. If I just pause that, these should be, yeah, IR, there we go, and 1 turn. There we go, okay. So, this thing does pretty well against wooden tugboats, essentially. Already seen the Sodium, that's this one. The Magnesium, which is a cruiser, which does get a passive sonar. I should probably change this one to active, and I might stick some anti-submarine weaponry on this one. Dumb torpedoes or something, maybe. Yeah, this one's supposed to focus on surface ships, and that's the armor, if you're wondering. Just wood and metal. Oh, that's another thing. These, the Samarium Syndicate is supposed to use injector engines as well. So they're much more powerful, but they guzzle fuel. Iron. That's a little cargo ship with a crane on it. A few anti-aircraft guns with, is this a 7 meter? That is. These need to be 5 meters. Little cargo craft with 162,000 materials on it. These guys are meant to be a lot more expensive than the other faction. And then this one's just going to be a single craft spawned in the world somewhere. The Strontium battleship. I guess I could put anti-sub weapons on this thing, but it is meant to be more anti-surface, I guess, if that makes sense. We'll see how this one turns out, but that's pretty much nearly done. Aircraft. This is a thing I was working on last night, the barium. Is probably going to be turned to metal at some point. Come here. But it's got an external injector engine, which is how I want it, with a dual-bladed prop and bombs. Infrared guided bombs. This is the Palladium. I think this is going to be the faction HQ. I haven't fully set this one. Oh. Yeah, I haven't set up the ACB on this one. Usually on fortresses that I make, I have couple of ACBs that make it have. I'll just make it switch between combat behavior and the resource gathering behavior. I might add a flight deck here. I don't know. It is meant to be a bit of like a shipyard and I guess an airbase as well, since we are going to have at least one plane for this faction. So that's going to be the Samarium Syndicate for now. Do a quick rundown of the other factions. We got the Ascendants of Energy, inspired by Border War's Stonelight presence, because why the hell not? It's a good concept. I love it. They're basically like I guess they're kind of like the White Flayers in a sense as well. They're a religious group, but they use stone, wood, and energy weaponry with a side of missile interceptors. And what I have here is craft named after things to do with electricity. I'm sure I can change that. Typically, their ships will be pretty blocky hulls with wood interiors, IR and laser rangefinder with some radar. Okay, yep. And then weaponry, lasers, railguns, and or packs. Battery powered with fuel/steam charging. Yellow and purple coloured, apparently. I think this faction can definitely use a bit of work. And then the next faction we're starting to get into the superpowers now. Flotilla of the Old Guard. Basically like the 1880s to 1920s style ships. Ironclad to World War I era. They use metal, wood, APS, cram, dumb torpedoes, simple weapons. As for detection, they use coincidence, radar, sonar, visual. They're meant to be steam powered with a brown and cyan colour scheme with red below waterline. Okay, some of these colours need to be changed. And then I have Chromatov Dictatorship, which is basically 1930s to 1970s Russian Soviet style. They can use any blocks, APS, cram, missiles, and torpedoes. Simple weapons. I think simple weapons are a go for any of these except the Ascendants of Energy. And then we have the Hoko Empire, which is the powerhouse of Basin. That's all the way up here, basically, this continent. Hoko Empire, they can use... Okay, craft named after anything, firstly. Oh, Chromatov Dictatorship has craft named after medieval weaponry. I might swap that around with the Flotilla of the Old Guard. I think I'll do that now. Let me just edit this. Yeah, Hoko Empire, craft named after anything. Mostly modern with older designs using more primitive components. Generally World War II Allies/NATO style of ships. Blue, white, and black coloured. Probably going to have some red on there as well, but we'll see about that. So that's like the main powerhouse faction, the Hoko Empire. Check the spreadsheet again. I think we'll do the Ascendants of Energy, do a craft for them. So they are wooden interiors with stone coverings, basically. I'd need to come up with a better naming scheme, honestly. I'll just call it Jerry for now. All capitals, of course, and that should be fine. And then I'll just go straight back with that. Stone... No, she won't. She would not be right there. I need stone along here, and then we'll do that one there. That's that. That one. And a 4 meter along here. That should give us plenty of room. And yes, I'm a mouse builder. I build in mouse mode, unlike a lot of other streamers. Second mouse builder streamer you've seen. Glad to be the second. Second's the best. This is going to be the bottom, I think, so I'll just cover this in stone. And just as a side note, or a disclaimer, I'm not accepting craft for this. This is going to be purely made by myself. I will take suggestions, but I'm not accepting for full-on craft. Oh, no. What have I done here? Oh, no. I don't have the... Okay, I know how to fix this. We do that one. We do that one. And then we do some decos. Drop shift X, and then we scale it left and right 2 meters. Capacitor, yeah, that's a good one. I'll call it the capacitor. Thank you, Tiger Boy, for that. I'll name the AI after you. Let me hide that. That's a bit far over. That needs to come back. Perfect. And then we just apply with mirror. There we go. I'll just wait until I can see that. I'll use that thing as target practice. I think it will make great target practice for you. I guess that's why people don't use mouse mode for building, because you misplace blocks like that. Alrighty, we are coming along nicely with this one. The capacitor. Right, I need to save that as not Jerry. Get out of here, Jerry. Capacitor. Perfect. There we go. We've made a brick. Yep. There you go. And spore liner, essentially. Alright. That should be sufficient for new people. Now, question is, do I make it just fill up the whole front of the craft, or what? And Terminator. Perfect. And then we'll stick some wooden armor there, why not? Should this be a hydrofoil, or should it just be a really blocky front side of ship? Don't know. Decisions. Yeah, okay, I think that should be sufficient. If I really wanted, I could just do this and have 4. I might do that, actually. How expensive is this? 26,000. Goodness me. I didn't really take into consideration how expensive this will all be. Just being purely battery powered. I might just make this a ship that's very low in the water. And the ladder, because I'm lazy. Throw that there. Give me that. Chuck that there, and I'm sure I can just copy that. Okay, that did not work. Chuck a ladder. Give me that thing, throw that down, high-dimensional mesh, and material override to stone. There it is. And that's perfect. Sweet. Refill energy. Okay, no, 6 seconds. It's eating too much electricity. Does that still... Okay, no, I might have to put some fuel engines on this thing. Oh, is that cylinder? Oh, right. There we go. Double injected. Okay, that's making much more power than I thought. That. Okay. I'm actually going to turn this thing down to about 2.5. Yep, perfect. Now I need to change you to a ship.
Water mode at your service.
And that. Definitely keep it full of energy and materials. This one will need that. Capacitor's fine, it just needs detection now. I don't think I'll do it on, like, just poles. I might just do little columns, I guess. Like that. And then a 3-meter thing that's like so. What do I have on this again? Laser rangefinder, IR camera, and something else. Throw that there. And then I go back here, grab that wireless thing. No, the wireless, please. An active radar on the top of that. And then we do some sneaky little decos. Perfect. Alright, well, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. The big red button down a bit. And yeah, thank you all for watching and tuning in, and I will see you in the next video or stream. Big thank you.